we go. And we are back. It's a Theater of the Mind day today. Adam, you want to give us who do we have today? We got
everyone else.
We got DM
Played by
Adam.
me, yeah.
Yeah, we got
Boomer the Kitty Cat Wizard.
Medium Adam with the Kitty Cat Wizard.
Justinian Throughgood.
Justinian Throughgood.
River Agawater.
River Agawater.
Sherrigan. Paladin of
Sherrigan, the Paladin of Vengeance. And I'm something to do with Sauvignon Blanc, the Paladin, Cleric of Asmodeus. All right, let's see if we can find a spot for it. There.
I'll have at least one more SPL file.
Okay, cool.
Where they're on sale, obviously. Some character ideas.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I got some.
Absolutely. Oh, I
All right.
I put out another one of. I have two of them now. I think this is Howling Dreadmaw or whatever, or Chorus of one of the Eldrazi ones. I think I've got all the Eldrazi STL files.
All right.
I think a little bit of water got into my resin pool, so I didn't have much resin left in the thing, so they're not binding. That's why I ordered the new resin that had like half a refill just to top it up.
How much is resin?
So there's like $30 a bottle. Yeah, I can't on that one. I can't do terrain because the build plate's too small. I could do like sections of straight wall, 4 inches long, maybe, but
Just like mini characters.
yeah, that's the one I do just for miniatures. I need something large or smaller, or I could probably go huge. Might be a huge one pushing it. Like
What's the biggest thing you've made so far?
oh, on that printer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly not a Magic the Gathering card scanner.
No, I would have. But you found it. And it made sense, right?
Okay, cool.
Did that make sense, Carl?
I guess.
Or did you have something else to spend that money on to get the discount on the sandals?
I had to. Well, I can always find things. I like to buy wolf shirts. They always have lots of good wolf shirts on there. I find out they're mostly polyester though. You have to search a while to find a cotton version. Yeah.
So the party, part of Tumbledown again. Fedor, Tarmesh, and some people he was with had just swept through Tumbledown, clearing it out. You guys returned to the Flaming Hand headquarters, which is these 11 buildings here, plus 12 buildings, plus this. This is the hall where you guys meet up all the time, or used to meet up with Commander Albright. This is their private dock. You guys have left Tumbledown, kind of being cleared out by the Flaming Hand. They know that since you've been the only one that's been surviving Boomy, and with that miasma making people forget things as they go in and enter, they even though they would have seen the stuff, but they wouldn't remember the things, and it was changing the whole way they were seeing and viewing all kinds of things. You return back to the Flaming Hand headquarters, and you would do your reports. The party would have as much downtime technically as you want right now, but right away as you return, I believe it was it Edward or Edgar, or no, it was Dave. It was Dave.
Yeah.
It was Dave, your mentor, Dave.
What a guy.
That's it. He informs you, about things that one of the days.
One of the days I know.
That
At least one person here.
I don't
Kids
know.
law.
There's a whole Kids in the Hall song called The Days I Know.
I know.
The Days I know.
These are the days I know. I actually worked with Mark McKinney on a movie. I was the monsters. Jake Tutu, Mr. Bang. He was Mr. Fish. So Dave informed you that the churches and the hospitals are clearly they're packed because as these they don't know how to counteract or stop these mutations that have already happened, and people have been deforming themselves as they've been controlled by these by the spells and by these cultists, the workings that the goblins and the cultists had going on in Tumbledown. But that being said, is there anything you guys wanted to do currently, or like I will say, if you would probably go, and would you stay with the party, or would you head and report to like your?
I'm gonna head there. Now, is this organization? Would they have a smith?
Yes, they do have a blacksmith. The blacksmith that they not that one. Yeah, it's around Sea Tower, which is right by, which is this area of town.
I'm gonna take that broken off great axe slash
Yep.
great spear thing. Smith.
With steel of this quality and this rarity, he can absolutely. Is there something you wanted him to make, or are you putting this as like a contribution and I can reduce prices?
It's big. It's huge.
Yeah,
So
and you've
maybe
ID'd it, right? It's +2, right?
+2. Yeah.
Right.
If you could maybe make an axe,
This is the thing that
like
fell
out
off
of it.
Like a better handle for it, is what you're looking
Yeah, I'm looking for something a little. Right now, it's
Big
just
knife guy.
broken off the end. So
Right.
it's probably
big knife
unwieldy.
guy, right?
Yeah,
It was his
slugger.
his
Big
slugger,
spear,
yeah,
yeah.
big spear, but it was broken in half. Right?
Yeah, but it's
The shaft. So it's
Yeah.
the metal, right?
yeah. So he can take the metal and he can rework it. It'll be hard to rework because it's already
Yes.
worked and hardened.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
He could make it like a very easily. He could turn it into like a giant war pick because it's
Yeah.
right. So it depends. Like if you wanted, basically it would be that. It would be like massive, but just be like a big pick, and then you have this chunk of steel. But however you wanted to do, whether you wanted to contribute it or have it reworked, that'd be your call.
That's what we can.
He tells you that he's very grateful to get steel because there has
Mhm.
been
But that's what I mean. Like
an
if he,
unforeseen shortage.
if he could somehow utilize it, but I can still maybe get something because there's a lot of steel there.
There's a lot of steel there, and it is steel that's already been like magified, if you will, right?
Yeah.
But
Let's go into Fizz.
so he's like, because he would know you, he'd be in this area, you would know him. He's like, he opens up, his forge is open, but you look around, you don't see any billets. There's like where they're like the billets are all covered in like a thick layer, like they've been degraded or they're like getting rusty, like more like everything's been like something's been feeding off of his stores of steel. And he opens up the back door and points to it, and all his billets that we would have and his bars, they're all like dissolving, they're deteriorated very bad, and he can only make things of poor quality. But so this steel that you're bringing him he's very grateful for, right? So you have that piece of information. So if you
'Cause
want
I- 'cause
if you
I-
want him to make it for you, he can do that.
Well, I also want to further supply
He'd be most grateful
the
for.
guild. So yeah, I have a sword already.
Awesome.
Like,
So
rework it.
he'll be more than happy to provide you $800 in trade for the materials that he can, if there's something like towards something you want him
Mhm.
to have made or something you want in the store.
Yeah.
There are +1s basically, whatever you can find an average +1 in the store. There he's doesn't have anything like exceptional currently, right? But again,
I'm gonna.
the regular stuff,
I'll-
even the
I'll-
regular steel stuff he made. He points to a suit of a breastplate that he made.
Yeah.
Let's say, and he's like, I made this 2 weeks ago, and you can see it's like the metal's like thinning, and it's like it's
Yep.
I guess it was made like, a week or two ago.
Well, I'll hold on to the credit. Come in handy down the road, myself or someone else.
So again, there's the churches and the hospitals, they're like their resources are strained dealing with the fallout. And you would report to your peers. And this Flaming Hand now is taking this like more seriously because the miasma, the spells that have been affecting people are gone. So they send like troops on force to go in there to deal with what the new information that you guys have told. And they're currently dealing with that. but as you're in that area of town, so you make your report and you talk to the shopkeeper. Give me a perception check. Say it's afternoon. Good afternoon. So you 19. So you notice like there's it's fairly hot here. You're in like if you look over where we are on the map here. You're Baldur's Gate. You're pretty south. Neverwinter is here. Like way up there by the lake. You guys are here, right? You're kind of tropical, right? There's like a low. You notice maybe 4 inches of like fog kind of over the top of the sewer grates that are there. And it's more like steam. It's not like fog. It's more like just steam, right? So you walk over it, and your metal, you have plate mail, right? So your leggings, your boots, you can feel moisture inside your boot, right?
Normal for
No, that is not. The part,
I'll make note of it.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
And I'll just, as I'm walking back, I'll just kind of actively look to see if that's just fun. Several.
So it's actually back up here. So you know which direction. So you go and you make this thing at the blacksmith. And then where do you head? You head back over to here. So you'd be
So
walking around this way.
Yeah, because I would have already talked to my superiors there
Yep.
at the tower, right? So I'd be going back around.
So you do see it at. So let's say that every intersection and in the midpoint of every intersection there would be a grate. You stop seeing this like that low light. It gets lesser and lesser as you head around this way, like beyond this road here where the wall is. It gets lesser and lesser from the center of this area as it moves on.
Does it pick up as I come back down the other way? Like I'm just.
So you double
Wonder.
back and you're like just searching
So like,
the area.
well, no, it's like I'm heading back to where the group is. So
Yeah.
I'm going around the bay.
Once
there.
you get past here, it's you no longer notice it.
Okay.
And again, this is like a tall wall. This is like a 20-foot wall.
Yep.
Into the upper city, right?
No, I was just wondering if maybe it was like southern part, northern part, or just that part. that
Specifically,
connects.
as this is like a very well known, like this area right here is specifically where it is.
Okay. I'll make note of that. And say I'll let them know when I get back to that area where I saw it.
Okay. As you're heading back through town, you can see some of the you walk by the bank, right? You walk by like one of the banking houses, and you can see some of the patrons in there, like they're coming out, they're angry, like other people are like, there's like a short line starting where people are like, hurrying to get into line, and people are walking out of the bank, and they seem angry when they walk out of the bank. They're angry. Just you just see people walking. Sometimes people come out of the bank angry. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
They're always
everyone
happy.
has a wonderful experience.
Every
Could be. But yeah, they're like,
only the banks. Like
Well-
it's not like a grocery store across the street or.
okay,
something
so
like
you don't see. They don't. It's just the banks. Give me another perception check.
You're not deposit insured anymore.
I'm
It's a
gonna.
wonderful life.
I'm gonna ask someone who's coming out upset. Why?
They look you up and down, and they see that you're wearing the livery of the flaming hand. Give me a persuasion check because they don't know who you are. You're just even though you work for they know you work for someone. You're like they haven't done anything wrong.
No.
You're right. Like are you you're just stopping them and you're just
Yeah.
politely kind of asking them.
Yeah, we'll do polite to start with.
Not haughty.
16.
Abusive.
Sly.
16 on the persuasion.
Okay, yeah. You stop, a gentleman leaving the bank, and he's like, "I'm just heading back over to my shop. I need to put money in the registers. And they told me I could only withdraw X amount. They're going to supply me X amount for the day, which is not enough to put in, like, keep my register full."
Did they give a reason?
No, they just told me I was limited to 10 gold, 10 silver, 10 copper. That was all. I needed 100 gold worth of change for the week. Now they sent me out with these
I'm
pitiful
kind of
numbers.
drawn. I just saw money, or I saw metal.
Mhm.
Blacksmiths looking
Mhm.
pretty depleted.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to see. Like I'm thinking, metal is metal.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
Are they losing money in the back there? Actually, physically.
So you walk into the bank and there's tellers there, and the tellers are all like, there's usual like pace. Everybody behind the desk is calm. Give me a persuasion check or an investigation check. Every one of those you want. Or not persuasion, sorry, perception, sorry.
Perception. Okay, 19.
So you can see that some of the tellers are not as maybe good at acting. You can see conversations, and the people having conversations back behind the tellers, like the people in the back kind of talking, they're kind of looking out at the people in line. The line's getting longer, like it's starting to like it's outside the building. They're looking nervous. But the first person you would talk to would be like a bank teller, right? Yeah. So, what would you say to the bank teller? You're on your way back to the party too, right? That's what
I'm gonna make it like I'm not gonna be like bolster in there, just right. Like I'm gonna kind of.
No, sir, everything's fine.
Someone-
Everything's fine. Why would you ask such a question? Roll a one.
Oh.
Yeah. Clearly they're lying there.
Right.
It's my
I need-
deception check.
Oh,
They're
I'm trying to think.
They're not- this isn't their job.
one, and that's it.
Well, he obviously knows that. Yeah, they're hiding. They're hiding something. She's hiding
I
something.
need to speak to
Speak to the manager, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go Karen on them.
Do you have an appointment, or would you like to wait in line?
I'm gonna use my intimidation here.
I'll give myself disadvantage from my one. Yeah, no. I think, sure. I think we might be able to. There's no need to get so brash. I'm pretty sure we can set something up, sir. And he calls somebody over, and they see that you're making kind of a scene, right?
Yeah.
Sir, I'm sorry. Can we just calm down here? Is there? Is there anything that we can do for you? Perhaps I'd hate to have to call the guard on the guard.
Well, this guard is just curious as to why there's so much unrest outside your bank.
You guys are healthy.
Curious. I've noticed there's been some problems
Well, what happened for the
metal
Oh,
in this area.
That's my justification.
and he says
Don't
that
be
and kind of
only
looks at me. Perhaps we should go over in the back and talk in my office, sir.
I am the brute squad.
Sorry, I'm not sick anymore. I've been coughing for like a week.
Reassuring.
No, I am not sick. I've been fine.
The burnout.
It's the emptying my lungs. So they hurry in the back room. Is anybody else going to want to do anything at the time, or like you're gone for like a
Yeah, and then
A few
that's all
hours,
I'm interested in. I
right?
just want to know is this money deteriorating? Thank you.
Who mentioned anything about that to you, sir? And we would really appreciate it if you would keep that information quietly under wraps
That-
right now.
That would be, but I'm just gonna ask, like, would it be possible? Maybe get a sample has this thing on it.
And the
Rock,
bank is in the
rock.
same section as the steam.
The bank that he's no, the bank was here. Sorry, this is where the thing was. There's no steam there, but the bank is up here in like these buildings.
Okay. And there's
Right.
no steam you notice in that area.
There's no steam that he noticed in that area is a correct statement. That's correct.
All right.
Yeah,
fair.
yes. Yes, that's correct.
But I'm just
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
punches.
So, meanwhile, so you get it confirmed. There's an issue with the thing. They give the copper pieces as a sample, right? They ask you if you're kindly happy to trade one. We're kind of it's a copper, it's a copper.
I'll throw him a copper.
If you don't need, if you don't need it,
Yep, copper is copper.
here
In
it
fact, I'll give
is.
him two,
Oh,
2 for 1.
wow.
and it's just copper,
That's I understand. I understand, but they're
and I'll make sure that it's wrapped in something.
he pulls out a platinum piece, and the platinum piece has a standard thickness.
Yep.
It's like wafer thin and pitted, and none of the stamping, all the stamping's kind of gone off it, right? And it's like it's still kind of fading away. You guys, in the meantime, in the morning, get Dave would come to you and your party and we've sent.
Not the morning yet, right? Still.
Well, you guys rested.
Well, this is before the rest, right?
That was after the rest.
Oh well, before the rest, I go to the hospitals and the orphanages, and I cast prayers of healings, cure diseases, cure blindnesses, teach them all Asmodeus's prayer.
You only have so many
Hail
first level-
Asmodeus!
so many
Hail
first-
Asmodeus! Specifically targeting the children, of course, as they can grow up and learn
Start the
about all
brainwashing
that there
early.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You received accolades and praise for Asmodeus from 51 youngsters who actually
Excellent.
speak the words.
My favorite. My
As you-
You
favorite.
couldn't have cast it 51 times.
There's a
Prayer
kid-
of healing, though.
You
He
can
does,
do
like,
medicine
6
checks.
of
Oh,
them.
prayer of healing.
Yeah,
medicine checks, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to-
which all guidance, of course, to make sure that they're a thing. And I do have 3 level 3 spells, so I can use those. Work those spells.
I'm so happy that I saved
I'll upcast those.
this cleric of his
Yeah, I mean, I just healed a ton of people. Prayer of healing. I did that 3, 4, 7. I did
Your
that at
largest
least
number?
7 times.
Kind of.
Yeah,
A little bit.
7 times. Prayer of healing. It's a good one.
Okay, so that happens before the rest. You get you get the accolades from 51 people who actually
Excellent.
see it.
Excellent. Good.
They're all very and everyone's always very helpful. Grateful for your assistance, except for the people who work for the other churches in town, who kind of take notice of you
Doing it for free. Of
yeah,
course.
well,
free,
yeah,
not charging. For
I
my
get it. No, I fully get
services.
it. You're very
Yes,
charitable,
yes.
but
Very charitable.
they all kind of take
Charitable.
note of them as just spreading, and they're actively trying to convince people, we'll get to you, just be patient. Don't they're trying to lure them away from you, kind of thing. But you're having results, so they're gonna follow the results, right? But the longer that these troops are in Tumbledown, the more of these the psychic effects that are obfuscating kind of the work they were doing are fading away, and you start seeing the Flaming Hand guards pulling in hobgoblins wearing their colors, wearing their kind of armor, and bringing them into your jail, your own jailhouse stays this building here. And keeping them prisoner for questioning. Currently, they have there's no one handy who can speak Goblin. rolling ones when I need to. So
So one of us can speak Goblin, though, right?
there are people who can cast comprehend languages and talk.
Oh,
to
actually,
them.
I've got that spell.
But it right now they're all kind of busy, and you clearing out Tumbledown, and dealing with the chaos of these people who have been mutilating themselves kind of in the streets.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of walking around, I'll take a perception check from whoever is wandering around.
I'm gonna walk with
I might as well go.
I need a perception check then.
23.
less than that.
You start seeing around some of the houses. You see kind of carved into in one of the houses by the road, you see one of those symbols that you saw in Tumbledown, with that alchemical symbol for transmutation, dissolution, and stuff like that, dissolve and coagulate. You see
Can I
those
scratch
kind
it
of
out with my dagger?
you see that on 3 houses, and you don't know how many more it could be on, but they're not it seems pretty random. It doesn't, you can't see that there's a pattern to it. It's not every 3rd house, or they're not lined up or anything.
Is anybody else noticing it?
He notices it. No one else has noticed it.
Well, I'll
They're-
tell you guys.
Right.
Yeah, I'm walking with them. So.
Yeah. So then he would.
Well, you watch me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
scratch
no,
it
but
out
I'm
on
more
the
so
wall.
asking: is there anybody else around that's taking notice of this and being
No one. Everyone.
concerned about it?
So people have had their minds controlled. Everything's kind of been obfuscated.
Yeah,
And
well, I
then
knew that.
as that came away, as that started to fade away, they took the battle to Tumbledown.
Oh, so
Right.
they're not
So
even there
there's a
anymore.
lot of Flaming Hand people who are in Tumbledown securing it currently.
Okay.
Right. Porimesh, after a while, a couple of days, he would hours later, he would return and be speaking to people within this chamber here. Again, Commander Albright is dead, so this chamber here has been actually sealed off. The doors have been kind of nailed shut, and there are guards posted outside the 2 entrances into that room. But as you work for the Flaming Hand, they could facilitate entry if you needed it or requested it. If people want to do something there, you're all welcome to. So you have your coin, right?
Mhm.
You have your proof, and you're going to be heading back. I guess would be
Yep.
your thing. Okay, so you head back
So you meet up with us, I guess, and probably
at
update
some
us
point.
on
Like
what
you
he
guys
sees.
were out
Yeah,
walking
we'll
around.
report.
you're-
Hey, we're seeing the symbol around town.
Yeah.
There was something we noticed in Tumbledown. We might need to clear out some fiends, not just in Tumbledown, but in Baldur's Gate as well. But we don't want our paladin to waste all of his searching, and we'd like.
Well,
Someone
absolutely,
can
no,
come-
absolutely. That now that they know that there's something, it's not just localized to Tumbledown, and they will allocate their resources as best they can.
And we've got the ceremony in 8 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember
It
around
was-
where we are.
it was 10, and it was 10 before you guys went into Tumbledown, and then you took 2 rests in there, so
Yeah.
call it 8. 8's good. You had a week, just over a week, right? But you believe that you have done and rightfully so. You put a big dent in stopping this from happening. As you guys are kind of regrouped, unless anyone's doing anything else in the meantime. As you guys are regrouping, they start bringing, they're hauling things back that they're pulling out from the tunnels beneath Tumbledown, right? Where, again, you guys went through the first time. Your character is the only surviving character that has been through there. But they tell you that it took a while for this horribly poisonous fog to dissipate. We had to wait for our local druid to be finished what he was doing to come in and be able to push the gas out of there. It was bad for quite a while, and it still smells, but it's not damaging anymore. We had to revive 2 of our members who went down.
So we're together again. I want to.
Unless people want to do something before that happens. Right? And at any point during this, feel free to interrupt and say, "I want to do this."
I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to cast identify offer that he has to see if I can.
It's
Does identify do that?
identify does it
You
does.
learn whether any
Okay.
spells are affecting the item and what they are.
So it is. It is when you cast identify. It's a quarter. It's a half a copper piece, and dropping. So its value is not a copper piece, even though it is a copper piece. It's half a copper piece, and it's not a spell that's affecting it, right? But give me an intelligence check.
Well, they've been doing stuff with Ross Monsters for a
Yes.
while.
They've been doing a lot. They've been doing a lot of stuff with us. Give me an intelligence check.
You do want me to do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And then I can. Do I pass or fail at an 11?
That would fail.
That
Yeah.
would fail. Oh, what about a 15?
Yeah. Okay. Again, they've already said. Everyone has already said it already. Like they've been doing a lot of stuff with Rust Monsters. River wouldn't know that, but actually, yeah, you guys
told me to make an
mentioned it to
intelligence
them
check,
when you
so-
were
We
fighting
would have
them.
talked
That
about all this shit.
you've talked about
Yeah.
all the stuff, right? So yeah, you would piece it together with the 15, and they piece it together as well. But so far as you guys have seen, you've only seen rust. They've been crossbreeding rust monsters. You haven't seen them doing or had found evidence of doing anything else with rust monsters.
We saw that one right before it was butchered. That was a rust monster of a different
Yeah,
Or
there's
was
one where the Elder God was. And there was another one somewhere else too.
Those creatures that were the I have them over there on the shelf behind me. The big insect creature that was below, and they were also combining them with carrion crawlers, right? So they've been, so far as you've seen, they've been mixing them with other creatures. Only there was something you had that analyze.
What am I carrying? Sorry.
that alchemy kit.
I have an alchemy kit. Right.
You're carrying it, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you're carrying
yeah.
it.
It would be
Okay.
set up back at the.
And you cleaned it all. You said, right?
Very well.
Yeah.
You do some experiments.
Exactly.
I like this.
But so that's what you guys know. So what do you guys want to do with any of that information you've received so far? And I said it's like evening time on day one after your escapades in Tumbledown. Call them escapades.
I'll pray to Asmodeus and I'll cast divination and ask him what is the source of the corruption happening to the metals.
I'll use the religion of science and use my alchemy set to find out the same information. I did Arcana.
Our alchemy is an
Or
arcana check.
Actually, set for 17.
Or you have proficiency in the alchemy set? Do you?
17.
What proficiencies do you get as a wizard at level 1? Pretty sure you get some.
Magic?
Yeah, proficiency with the elements of the universe. I know you got ritual caster and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Proficiency is none. Okay, so yeah, so it wouldn't be Arcana because it's not like. So it would
It's
be
mixing together
Yeah,
reagents.
Yeah.
It's Arcana. So 17.
17. I'll say it's 17. 15 was kind of what I was looking for. I just want to see what divination does.
So his will find the cause and mine will find the source. Because I asked for the source and he's trying to find the cause.
So
Because the DM must answer truthfully.
yeah. But I have to cast a spell 2 or more times for fishing less firing rest. Okay. Not relevant in this case.
We may as well do Adams first.
I'm going to. I'm just reading what this does exactly.
Short phrase, a cryptic rhyme.
A cryptic rhyme.
Get it with the source.
No consulting AI this time. We're live.
Damn it. No, okay, so you Adam, you do discern that it is the like some juice from some gland of a rust monster that makes this happen. And you with the 16, you can't figure out you know it's a liquid, but like you can't you can separate it and extract it, but you can't atomize it. You don't know how they're getting it to like
Onto
these
the metals,
places
yeah.
into metals where there's like
Steep.
yeah
It's in the fog.
it's in the fog. Long story short, it's in the fog.
Where does the fog
But
originate?
but with your 16 you can't you know it you can't figure out how to do it yourself.
So what is the source of where the fog is coming from and everything? Where's the source?
Source is right under here, underneath where this little 6 block.
Under the ground, you can hear the sound of the evil abound.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Adam.
Can you hover that middle circle?
Yeah. Right there. Yeah, that's the name of this part of the city, right? But like this 6 block section or 9 block section, right, is currently one of them. Another one is around this area, and another one is what's the range on that? Does it matter
No
where?
range.
Ooh, that's a good spell.
Really good.
Okay, another one's over here. Riverdale. Rivington, sorry.
Right, so it's Rivington. There's Rivington.
Rivington, Sea Tower.
Sea Tower.
What part of town is this?
I'm just gonna say openly, do we think that doing this in some way negatively impacts their ability to carry people on
High Hall. There it is. That's what I was looking for.
Well, it's weakening.
it is gonna weaken
It's
them.
weakening
Yeah,
the city versus their attacks.
So, what are you guys doing? This kind of like a central room, kind of where people are in and out, or you're consulting with people in the meantime, I would assume, right? You see people bringing, as I said, bringing in like, hauling stuff back, like hobgoblins, prisoners, and there's a cart with a lot of these like glass jars, maybe that big around or so, and they're all full of like this like dots of blue light that are in there, and there's like a lot of them, and you can hear them talking. I just watched that the other day. I just dropped over the Burninator. So they there's a lot of these jars that they're bringing back, and you know, people are saying they won't need to analyze them. They don't know what it is. It's not the kind of thing that they're used to.
Can Matt and I ritually cast identify?
Yes, you can
We'll do it together.
okay.
Wonder Twins.
All
you know.
guidance, Matt.
I don't think I roll on it.
+2, baby.
There's no rule on
There's
it.
no
He
rule.
just wants to lay his hands on you anyway.
Guidance, Matt.
I'm a little creeped out by the hands.
Go figure. The priest is getting handsy.
Oh god.
So these are the spell that's cast on these jars is the spell magic jar, and the things that are floating around inside. You're casting identify on all of it if you're ritual casting it, right? It's actually they're trapped like souls or essences, if you will, and probably used as like a battery or like something to fuel something, right? But
Divine batteries.
and they've got a lot of them, and they're bringing in like a wagon load at a time.
And they were pulled out from under the well, basically.
They're pulled out from underneath Tumble Down. And there's some other things people are hauling back, covered up. They ask the guard for for access to the hall here to the vault, so they can store things down in the vault underneath the meeting hall. A little while later, you hear people were very upset. There's a lot of commotion outside around the stuff in the from the people who went into the meeting hall. So you guys you would hear about it. You know what's going on. You'd investigate. I'm assuming. The painting that was put down there, the canvas is blank, and everything's kind of in disarray. And there is nothing's really some stuff's fallen down the hole that it made, but nothing's like whatever went through the floor, but nothing's really missing. But there's a blank canvas down there now, and a hole in the floor, which means someone has had access to this room or this area for a little while. What do you want to do in this? Well, you can go into the room if you want, or you can carry on with what you're doing, or you can. What? I've learned from a long time of playing with people, at least the last group played with. I can't suggest anything because the party will never do what the DM suggests. I'm sorry, I didn't have a cryptic thing to tell you, but with
No, I'll
This
just take the
works
information out. It works better for me.
Okay.
Much more
So do
beneficial.
we go in the hole?
that's a really good
Oh, it's a super good
You
spell.
want to send your
It's
info?
Fourth level, though, right?
It
Is
is
there,
worth it.
is there any kind of, because rust monsters are common enough.
Rust
People have fought rust monsters. Like obviously hybrid, not so much. Maybe.
Give me a survival check. Let's see if you know about rust monsters. Oh, that does have better.
You can send the pseudo dragon down the hole. While we're
That's a
trying to
12.
think.
That could be very good. Wow, this is such an old tablet. Just loaded Google.
I'm more or less looking. Is there something that? Because I know that magical weapons
It's survival,
better
yeah.
survival against rust.
It's nominal metals.
Yeah.
It's nominal
And that's
metals.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of. Like, my armor is now magical. My sword is magical.
Yes, the unfortunate thing is that
So
money
my
is
shield.
not, and money is
not. So I'm thinking money's not going to come into the hole with me.
Give me an intelligence check since we're on this conversation.
Guidance?
Sure.
No, I'm
Plus
okay. I can guide myself.
Ooh.
I don't need to guide myself because I also get my bonus aura, right? Because you're saying an intelligence is this a check or is this
Intelligence check.
not
it's a
save-
sk- it'd be a
not-
skill
not a
ch-
saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What is guidance?
Before. 4, you got 3.
Don't worry.
He's got
I
his
got
own.
3 of my own. 22.
I can also guide him.
Okay.
I'll take the guidance. I got no problem.
So.
Asmodeus accepts all.
What does
You know that they don't magical metal is fine is fine. Regular metal is
Yeah, you can't stack.
it doesn't work. And
We've
Everyone
tried that.
standing
All
together.
members of the party all know guidance. Every check
You-
plus
if you-
5d4.
you just because you work in the city, you work in Baldur's Gate. it dawns on you they've been doing a lot of work reconstructing the bridge, and a lot of work reconstructing, houses and stuff like that in town. There could be some issues with the other metal used for other purposes than just money or just
Exactly.
like there could be other issues and other structural problems that could be
A lot of gates.
happening with
Baldur's Gate.
Or weapons, like other types of weapons.
well, not everybody is walking around is rolling with magic weapons, right? Most people have
Standard issue.
standard issue, mundane kind of things.
Why I was assuming
Oh yeah,
that roll in.
800 gold is a more than fair price for scrap, for even though it's a +2 weapon, but you can't use it or you gotta rework it. Your as far as your check with rust monsters, you're 12. Yeah, it's something to do with something that comes off the creature. Like you're not sure exactly what part of it comes off of. But you got the information you needed. Magical weapon, magical metal is fine.
I'm sorry. Rust monsters are out of metal?
No, rust monsters are
They-
this.
Make your metal rust.
They're like
basically.
they're
If
like
you,
Ah.
if you hit it with a sword,
Like an
it's a regular
aardvark with a
sword,
weird
it
tail.
damages
If they
the
hit
sword.
you, your armor class is reduced by 1.
But I don't wear any metal, so
You don't care.
Yeah, but you have a metal weapon.
So if you hit
So
it,
if you
if
hit
were
it
to
with your
injure
metal
it with
weapon.
a metal weapon,
And it does
goes
-1 damage.
but I'm also if I'm a Tempest cleric,
Is your weapon magical?
not,
Then
but
no.
it is
The lightning,
metal.
the
metal is conductive, is it not?
it's not made of metal.
It's not
The rust
metal.
monsters
It
are
just
just
destroys.
insects. They're like
Oh, they're
I had the old toy. It was crappy. It looked like a McDonald's toy. I was talking about this last game. I had no idea what it was back when I had it. I think I threw it away. Fuck, that's the-
That's too bad.
That's probably worth some.
That's a
worth
huge
some-
collector's there.
Yeah, like fuck, man. I didn't even know
Because
what
that
it was. as a
was
kid.
the like back in the red box days. The
Yeah.
original. That was the big monster.
It was
That was
terrifying.
the party destroyer.
When I
The very
played,
first time I ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I was a wizard with 4 hit points, and the DM put us the whole party up against one rust monster. I hit it once with a dagger. It hit me for something like 12, and I was instantly killed. And I just had to watch everyone else play for the
Oh.
entire time. They didn't let me roll a new
And
character.
yet you're
Very first time.
and yet you're still here.
That's because after that happened, I was like, "Fuck this game." I got the gold box D&D games. And I was like, "I love D&D." I played Pool of Radiance after that. I didn't need no people.
Yeah. I had the
Yeah.
beholder. The rust monsters fucked me up. So I went back and after grinding like fucking wizards for a bit. But
so if they're rust and
they cause rusting. They are not
they
rust.
cause.
They eat metal. Yeah.
metal.
They search metal out as a food source,
So
generally speaking.
I would be
And these creatures or these cultists, these things that you guys have been hunting, have been finding ways to further weaponize this by breeding them and creating hybrids that don't have 27 hit points and have other abilities as well, like the carrion crawler's ability to paralyze people. And the nice thing with when a carrion crawler paralyzes someone, I think it says the person automatically fails their dex checks, but it's a dexterity saving throw to remove yourself from the paralysis, and it lasts a minute. You're essentially dead. Essentially. Yeah.
So I would be keeping my sword behind
Well, you can keep it, just don't hit a rust monster with
with it. Okay. So it's on my
Well,
back.
unless you get in the steam, then
If it's just a mundane sword, it's worthless anyway.
we should be getting you some +1 weapons.
But I have my shield that is not metal.
Yes. And also not mundane. Everyone who got the +1 weapon when they made their character, all took a shield. All took the bonus to the shield. It's a good play. So with this information, day 9 comes to a close. Sorry, day 8 comes to a close. We now have 7 days till this ritual was supposed to have been happening.
Are we going in this hole, or do we want to go in
Uh-oh.
the holes?
Too many holes.
G-rated. You gotta keep it G-rated.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Is the
Front
hole,
hole or back hole,
Is the
guys?
hole in-
Front hole or back hole?
is the hole in Rivington?
Is it the
Sea
new one or is it
Tower
the
high
old
hole?
one?
Is the hole in Rivington Sea Tower?
So right now there's a hole in the storage of
Yep.
the flaming fist.
Yep.
And then we know the sewers at Sea Tower and a couple other spots. Their steam is coming
There
up.
and
Yep.
there. All right, this is
Um,
the that's where it's centered, where it's originating.
So we can
And
try
Rivington.
and continue to strengthen Baldur's Gate by stopping
In
this.
those three spots.
But do we think the hole in the flaming fist is
So there's been this.
connected?
So a lot of the
Possibly.
people, a lot of the members, taking into account that there are a fair number of members, not a lot, a fair number of the members of the Flaming Fist, who have succumbed to these the miasma, the obfuscation magic that the cultists and others were doing, and have fallen victim to these random mutations themselves. The numbers of both the regular city guard, which are already failing, and the numbers of flaming fists that are available currently has dwindled dramatically. Not like say there's a third of what you guys would have had start of the adventure, right? Where there was a lot of them everywhere. Their numbers have come way down, but they're still right now they have a purpose, and they are a military unit and they're working as such, right? So they're focusing their attention currently on Tumbledown and getting to the bottom of these. They've located the the site that you reported on with the two faces and the crystal. It's and they tell you that there's these the roots that are they keep continually kind of growing down, even though you said you cleared them out. They're not filling in, but they're reaching like way down out of the rocks and the dirt around that area now and down toward the water that's at the bottom of that pool that is still putrefying.
No,
It was
clear.
cleansed. It was cleansed, but you guys then
Or
left.
that's
Oh,
Sure.
it's re-putrefied, as they're saying.
Yes.
All right. Well, before we go to sleep or anything like that, I've specifically memorized cure disease. I want to try testing cure disease on someone who is diseased. Let's see if the spell cure disease heals that. Cure.
Yes, so we're those people that has
That's
to.
oblivion. You typed in
Oh.
cure disease.
I don't want to. I have ogre hands. You have to excuse me. See?
5W.
Yeah. Cure disease.
Straight up cure this disease.
This is not. It's not a disease.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Not a,
We're just trying to figure out what the hell it is.
it's a mutation, but it's not like a disease. Like
So it's not spreading through like spores or anything like that, or monster
No,
bits
it was-
or anything. It's
you-
not like they ate something and now
in
it's
some
causing
case,
them to.
the animals. It was in the water
water.
in the animals, right?
So that would cure them then. if
That would
it's-
cure
if
the
it's
animals
that.
if that was the thing. But you guys have seen those symbols on the people's houses, and it was like they were so
Okay, I'll try remove curse.
curse. That's a one-off, right?
That? Yeah.
That's just
Removes a curse.
a single curse.
I think that if there's multiple curses, it removes one at random, same as cure disease.
all curses of any one creature or object ends.
Say a magic item, it curse remains with the source.
Yeah. So you can drop the cursed sword of berserking if you need to.
Remove.
You tried to spell
I'll
magic,
cast
that didn't
remove
work
curse
either.
on the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
guy that I cast
it's-
remove disease on.
Yeah. No, it's I see it. It's a mutation. Not like a. It's not like a magical thing. It's not a curse. It's not a.
That's
It's like
that's
a
what I'm testing.
virus.
Yeah.
I'm
He just
going through series of
It's like a poisoning,
series of
right?
elimination.
It's like
Yep.
it's like a latent poisoning that just feeds off itself and makes itself worse. Right.
So it's not
And
a
then killing
disease.
the
It's not a
source of it is
curse.
releasing people because we killed those fiends.
Yeah, it's releasing the
Holes.
the hole on people that's making them go like that's obscuring their efforts, like obscuring what's going on. People are seeing it for what it is.
So we have
right?
to kill the source. We can't just remove it.
It's
from
gonna
the
it's
individual.
gonna the, these mutations are not. I will say they're not. The mutations aren't progressing, right?
We've made a dent in it.
Yeah, but they're not.
There's no way to
continuing.
stop it. There's no way to reverse it. Once you started being a mutie, there's no
Well,
way to go
and
back.
and people have horribly
Yep.
disfigured themselves as well, right?
But killing
Well,
the bosses
that you
is
can't
not
do
good.
anything about.
Yeah,
Right?
well-
you can actually. You can cure. And you
That
can
when
do all
there,
that stuff,
yeah,
but-
there's high level
Then,
cures, but there's a
yeah.
lot of people. Not till you're a corpse.
Oh, we should have cast mending on Thelonious.
So, is it a poison then?
it's like a poison effect.
Okay.
But
So-
curing the poison.
So while he's doing his like for this rest, he's tried
Yeah.
curse. He's tried. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna spend 5 minutes. I'll lay on hands, and I can spend 5 hit points. No, it doesn't say cure. It uses the word neutralize. Let's see if
Okay, so
Like
really
on,
the
on
poison,
an individual. This is obviously not the
and-
source.
yeah, on a single
person.
individual,
Yes.
it stops the progression of the mutation in that case. But that's like it's costly, and the number of, like that's a it takes 5 of your points.
Oh yeah.
There's only so many like paladins of good level that
Exactly.
can actually do that in town,
Yeah.
and even regular if there is a spell, poison's not a disease, like other condition affecting spells. There's another one that
I'm gonna-
removes any condition.
I'm gonna.
One condition, I think it is, but
I'm gonna
Restoration, right?
restoration. That's a restoration. That's what it is.
All ritual casts detect poison and disease, which lasts for 10 minutes, and for the duration, I can sense the presence and locations of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet. I also identify any kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease.
Is it a
in each
ritual
case.
spell?
Yeah. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of metal.
Or
Or a thin
lead?
sheet of
a thin
lead.
sheet of lead, right?
Yeah. But it
3
will
feet of water,
identify the poison and the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease.
Okay, so
So that's called detect poison and disease. It's level 1. I just don't have that one memorized, so I have to ritual. Now that I know it's poison, I'll. So what kind of poison is it? What creature emits it? Because this is probably also going to be another half-breed creature that they've also blended
Range.
with these punks. 30 feet. So I'll be close to one of the guys who's mutated and
Yeah, and it's concentrated for 10 minutes.
Yep. You
So-
got it.
It's a very like a very rare and like people don't have experience working on it because it's been like it's not a naturally occurring disease. It's not a naturally occurring thing. So like regular medicine checks and
It's a
stuff.
lab created disease.
Oh yeah, similar to a lab created disease. Alchemy. Well, yeah.
There was a link.
That's it. So I keep hearing that.
I know. Whenever you speak it,
I,
I
that's
go
good.
inside.
It's not gonna help.
Overtones. That's what that is. The vibrations of your voice.
I know.
Vibrating the bowl.
I know. It's,
Resonance.
but
Resonating with
so I don't actually have a name for the disease, for the poison.
You don't have a okay. All right, I'm gonna go.
But
I'm gonna.
you know what, you enough that you can recognize it in
COVID
other
20.
people. Yeah, COVID 2.0,
So I want to go.
2.1, 2.1.
I'm gonna detect it within all party members and just random passerbys that aren't showing any signs of it. I want to know if we're all afflicted with it, even if we're not showing signs of it.
No,
Okay.
no. None of the party member are. The occasional person walking by that's not showing signs is. So say
So it's festering within them, but
Yeah.
it's not outwardly manifesting it.
almost like it's like certain locations got it worse than others,
Yeah.
kind of things, right?
Don't want that long terminal
Oh,
shit.
No.
Yeah. So basically, there's a whole big chunk of the population that's affected by it, even if they're not showing.
Well, and it's like, yeah, you can like again, and it's not like the one that you cast, that you did your thing that stops the progression of it.
Yeah,
You don't
because it
see
uses the word neutralize.
yeah,
in the
it
book.
neutralizes the
Like I can
the mutation.
cure a disease. Or
the
neutralize
the changes, the boils, the
one at a
little
time.
the growths that have already begun on the person that you do it on. They're still there, and the scars from it are still there, but
Yeah. It's just not
It's not
progressing.
getting worse.
it doesn't progress, and you do, and that's with certainty that you know that worked, and that it's not the kind of thing
I
that
just wanted to
anyone
test it
has
now
access
before we
to.
go down in the hole, so
Right.
I know that I can do it.
So that's
So-
before your rest, you said.
Yeah, and I'll go close to the hole. Do I detect it near the hole that we want to go down?
Were you guys at the? I guess you guys would have been in that area,
Yeah, near the hole. Yeah. Is it
Um,
coming from the hole? Do I detect it within the hole?
not 30 feet from where you are. There,
Okay.
no.
So it's not coming out of the top of the hole. We have to go.
It
deeper, is what
wasn't.
you're saying.
So the steam that
Yep.
that you guys were talking about was that wasn't coming from this location, right?
Okay,
That was coming from
further
the
out.
center over here, the
That's-
center here.
That's
and
where we have to decide if we go down
Yeah.
the one.
This one, or we go
But
down.
you
one
said
that
you
we
said-
know.
Or the three.
the pseudo dragon.
Sewer dragon goes down, check it out.
Okay.
Is the pseudo dragon back?
Well, we're about to find out.
Well, he's sending it down. Right? He
Okay,
doesn't have you back.
When he comes back, I want to know if the pseudo dragon's poisoned.
Um.
Little.
All of our multitude of
No, there's
viewers
no-
can see that I'm a
'Cause
terrible,
the,
terrible
the-
at typing.
Poison's in
No.
the steam.
No.
Magic resistant.
There's nothing that they.
Yeah, they're not immune.
I think the imp is. This is just so I know for later. Maybe. Yeah. So
So he's immune. Imp's immune.
yes, yeah. So Pseudo Dragon goes down. It flies around. This whatever broke through the floor, then dug through several 100 feet of earth, so it broke out into the sewers and into a widening tunnel of sewers. How
And what do you
long do
think-
you send him to? Like, you can search by scent. He's got like, you can track by
He's got
scent.
keen senses, but we think that was a few days ago, right?
Give me an investigation check.
Dragon?
For you, since you're in there and see the hole, right? I mean, there's no algae on the broken woods. It's fairly recent, but it's not like you don't know if it's yesterday or whatnot. So within the past few days, but it could have been a long time because no one heard it, no one noticed it, no one's been in this room.
So when the pseudo dragon smells,
It smells. Yeah,
So
it
it-
hasn't been washed for
could-
a while. It's noticeable even over the sewer. No. So it hits. It doesn't. It's just got 7, right? It's got advantage
7
on
plus whatever.
perception checks that line sight, hearing, or smell.
11 plus whatever.
+3. 14. So it smells something. There's something different in the sewer. And how long is it down there for? How long do you send it for? Like the evening or until it finds something?
Well, just if it can't smell anything, it comes
It doesn't.
back.
Yeah.
If it can't track it, it's coming back.
Yeah.
If it can track it, would go a bit further.
So the scratch marks or whatever had broken through, head into the water in the sewer, and then he can't track it anymore from there. But there is other scents that shouldn't be like it's not like it doesn't just smell regular sewer smells. Like it's got like there's an undertone of something else. And then roll the d20 twice and take the lowest, please. 9. Yes, he's poisoned. And so he has the poison condition, but he comes back out and he's clearly sick, clearly affected by something. He's coughing and sneezing.
We're still before the rush.
Yes.
If we're gonna rest.
Again, so yeah, this is just
I
before we
agree
go
with-
from 8 days to the thing to 7.
So if we go down there, we're gonna get poisoned.
Well, potentially. In the sewers, right?
But we kind of knew that by
Yeah.
going to the rust monster area.
Yeah.
Then we get-
Is it in? Oh, it's in the water. Is it
Might be in the
fog.
sewers in the
in the
air.
fog? Well, I could clear fog. I mean,
There's lots of ways to deal with it. I'm just presenting what's there.
It's not magic, so we've tried to dispel magic.
Yeah.
and
before,
fog
but it
is
Yeah.
water vapor, isn't it? Would create or destroy water work
but only for that area.
unless I upsize it and make it pure. I know it's a cube; it can only go so far, so I can
Well,
only do
it wouldn't eliminate the contaminants within the water. It would just make
It would take the water away
take
from
the
it.
water away from the contaminants.
So you could
Well, then there's no delivery system for it. It
Yeah.
just drop.
And as it drops, it delivers. It actually becomes probably more concentrated.
I mean, I've got shaped water. Technically, I could just 5 feet, 5 feet,
10 gallons of water.
as a canter.
30-foot cube, right? So if you're a 30-foot cube, you wouldn't have 10 gallons of water in that if it's fog or mist that you're doing it with. But it would it's an instant. It's not a continuous effect that you can
Yeah.
block and have it
True,
happen,
yeah.
right? Because you could literally do that and you could just see the affected poison like kind of just drop down, right?
Heavier.
But first level spell, it's only 30 feet.
Yeah.
Shape water lets me.
But I do have a
Change
level
the flow.
The
slot.
shape, I want to change the flow of it, right? But not fog, right?
Well, I can freeze the water. So the water inside the fog. Ice.
You could. I mean, I don't think there are in the game. There's lots of ways to deal with fog, and it's pretty specific. I don't think reducing the temperature it seasons the fog. Someone casts fog cloud, and then someone does control water. You can't like make a hole in the fog cloud,
Freeze it.
right?
So all the water.
Yeah.
Use it for 1 hour.
Cantrips. I just go
Keep doing it.
Makes you very happy.
I can handle that. Though it takes your action every turn, and it is draining. It takes your attention. You're not the one making perception checks or intent or intelligence checks or investigation checks during the entire time that you're doing it. While you would be down searching. So yes, you can do that, but that's the cost. You
But it
are
costs us
occupied.
wind.
You are occupied.
It keeps us from being poisoned.
You
for
could,
longer.
yeah, you could keep freezing the air in front of us. Can I do that? Is that what I have with my water thing?
Shape
It's
water.
shape
It's just
water.
a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. I don't actually have it, but Because I can use water a little bit too, like with my
And how much is it that does shape water?
this guy.
5 feet.
5 foot cube.
Right. Okay. So you can both do it, but then you can both do it to give yourselves a bit more breathing room. Because a 5 foot cube isn't like.
Gust of wind would work.
What happens
Yeah,
if
that's
you
the
let
one-
go
that's
of
the
it?
one
Like
I'm
if you
looking
See, I
at.
didn't want to say.
That's the one
What
I'm
is
looking
it?
up
Gust
right
of
now.
wind.
That's 60 feet long and 10 feet wide.
But it only lasts like it's a first level spell. You're not
Yeah.
getting very far.
Does it have
Gust of wind
concentration?
is second.
Or is it just instantaneous?
It says 1 minute duration.
That's
It just
so you
that's
do it and
crazy.
just fucking run. Just
Right. Well,
gun
you
it
could,
down the
because
tunnel.
if
it'll-
it's concentration,
It'll
I think
emanate
you could,
from the
can you
person.
move it? Gust of wind.
It says a line of strong wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide.
Each creature
Blast
that
from
starts
you.
its turn in line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed away. So somebody would have to stand behind. Gust of wind disperses gas or vapor and extinguishes candles, touches.
You can change the direction in which the line blasts from you. So
Yes.
As a
as
bonus,
you move,
here you go. Yeah.
as you move, it
Yeah.
moves with you. So for a minute, it's a second level spell.
So like if I run,
Well, it's a minute, right?
It's
Yeah.
blasting from you, and it says right there at the bottom that's
Yeah.
a bonus action on each turn.
Yeah.
So as you're moving, if you're whoever casts it,
Yeah.
it's kind of like protecting that person and
Yeah.
having them like a
It keeps it away from you, and
Yeah.
you're in
Moving
you'd
down.
be in an enclosed space,
we're in a
kind
tunnel.
of shoving it all ahead of you. It would have a big effect. It's not like out in a field.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
like when I go through the Windsor Tunnel when I go into Detroit on the train. I've been down there before, and you can feel that rush of air, like, and the suck in of the air, the vacuum after the train goes
Yeah.
by heavily because it's like it's a bad space. It's
Yeah.
it's not. I hate
Both
being
of
down
them.
there. I hate being down there.
what if I cast
tunnels.
gust of wind and like one of them like freezes? Some of that.
There would be ice on the floor in front of you. as you
Oh
gust
yeah, I
the
guess
wind.
that would create dangerous terrain.
Only for people in front of you
If
and you, but mostly the people in front of you.
So, or do we just get poison?
What are the effects of the poison?
Eventually, we go insane.
Start ripping our own faces off.
I don't want to rip off my face. I like my face very much.
A slow burn, and maybe it's not insane. Maybe it's a slow burn into a mutation. It was good. But there are other things people can do in town with whatever it is that they want to do. Before you head down, you can head down there right now if you like. You're welcome to.
I mean, we can make some masks. We talk to the
Yeah.
local like doctor
So
and some beaks.
you could go to.
I like masks.
So in your time in Waterdeep, there are purveyors of magical delights, though their shops are not many. You know, there's one on the bridge, as a matter of fact. This one. You guys had originally when you had the battle on the boat as it was floating underneath. It was floating beneath this building, right? Which is a merchant, like a merchant of renown who sells magical gear. There's another one over here in the area of the High Hall, and there is should bring this up. Sorcerer's Sundries. This would be the closest shop to you that would have it.
Let's go Sorcerer Sundries, get cleared up.
Okay, so
If everyone's agreed, I just
I
I mean,
they can make masks for you that will as far as airborne poison and stuff like that can make you immune to poison.
I thought masks didn't work.
What mask? Oh no, they work, but only if you're fully vaccinated. No, they it will make you immune to poison. Only airborne poisons, not just
right. Yeah,
not just
you can't
smoke.
get stabbed.
Right. But it will take up a slot. Obviously, they don't require doesn't require attunement. However, they're pricey. They don't have to be. You know, there's metal components, stuff like that. Each one would cost
Well, I want to know how small the nanoparticles of this medieval mask are to be able to.
no, it's a
filter out
magical thing.
gases.
It's a magical thing.
Oh, a magical
It's a
mask.
magical
we're,
mask.
we're buying magical masks.
Yes,
Yes.
This is a suggestion, like, or we can just
They can be made.
poisoned.
it's not a difficult thing to. There's artificers around, but there's a cost.
You know, there's second level spell protection from poison. Eh?
Yes,
I've got it memorized right now.
yes.
How long does it
How
last
many does
for?
it do?
It lasts for an hour per person, and it eliminates all poisons and then gives you advantage on saving throws. Level 2 spell.
All poisons, right?
Yep.
One
One
action,
concentration.
one creature.
I'm
We've
gonna buy
got
a mask.
multiple clerics here who can all cast level 2 spells.
Well, not all of them can cast level 2 spells. Can you cast level 2 spells now? Oh, that's
I
right,
can.
because you can do those things. So you can do it, but just feed me those spell slots. So, but you want one?
How much is a mask? Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how much money I've got now.
400 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, you
take
think
it.
that these things would be in high demand?
Well,
That
they're
supply
they're
would be
not
cheap.
really in
Those are
high demand now. Like until recently, they haven't been, right?
They
I
just got
actually
these
don't know
masks
how
on
much
gold,
gold
400
my
gold.
character
I
started
think
with.
this is pretty cheap.
I
Fuck off, Carl.
How much gold did I?
This seems like a way to just like 400 gold is nothing. It's just
How much gold did I start with?
Also a mask.
not much. You were a
Yeah, so
prisoner.
I don't think I can afford that.
No, probably can't. It punishes the wealthy.
Thanks,
Carl.
Guardian.
I won't
Yeah,
even
I
bother.
guess
I
so.
won't even bother to memorize the spell. I'll just buy a mask for 400 gold.
Well, it's
Nope,
it's
you're in.
400 gold, and it's only airborne.
I've
It's
only got
not-
600, so
I'll buy it.
Right.
400 is a big chunk.
right?
I'll buy it.
Okay, so you buy one.
Do we get a discount if we go in
in bulk.
in bulk?
Always give me a discount because you guys are fighting the good fight and whatnot. That's kind of cost.
Sure.
But
Captain Mask.
and again, so this gives you everything. This doesn't give these masks. Don't give you neutralized airborne poisons. It doesn't give you this. It doesn't give you advantage on saving throws against being poisoned or resistance to poison damage. It just prevents
We will not be
the
poisoned
airborne.
by breathing.
Yeah.
If someone stabs us with a syringe full of this stuff or something.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
It's a mask.
So
It's not a immunization.
right.
No contact.
Uh,
6 feet away.
that makes all the difference, and it can't go around.
What was it? How many symptoms again?
So and the thickness of that glass matters. So
To be fair, it's kept a lot of people out of people's faces.
which I liked. I
Yeah.
you know what I was before COVID. I was like, you know what, we need a plague, and then we got a plague. Well, a plague, but
Yeah.
it was like
Overall mine.
Our government completely
Yeah.
blew shit out of proportion.
yeah, of course. And
The
show
world-
your hand.
the
And show
world.
your hand militarily, right? So, so the goal that you guys just for next game, which hopefully is on Wednesday, the goal that you guys are doing is dropping down into the tunnels beneath here, because you're going down. You got all suited up for poison, right? Okay, cool.
I guess I'm just braving it.
Well, I mean,
'Cause I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, cast protection.
There's
from
lots of-
poison on
You
you.
will cast
there's
it
lots
on
of
me?
there's
I
lots
got-
of
I
ways
got you
to earn 400 goals in the up and busy coming town.
You've got a free night?
Or yeah, you're a bard. You can
Sing us a song?
yeah.
Actually,
Um,
yeah, my bard made a whack of cash just by singing.
in Waterdeep at the
The right
yawning
side,
portal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sailing the tales. Singing the tales.
so just so I know what
One
to
wizard.
just so I know what to build it for
And
next time.
crew.
And so you get how many people bought the masks? You bought a mask. You bought a mask. You had 400 gold.
I got
You
a
bought
mask.
one. Okay. No one's gonna spot the big guy 400 gold.
I don't have enough left over.
Let's find out. Cast protect poison. Or
Well,
yeah.
I only had 625 gold.
You're good for an hour.
But
I'll
we can
recast it
recast
after
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't require concentration.
it's not concentration. No, yeah.
Yep, yep.
No.
So I can still cast my other spells.
And what was the?
An hour is quite a long time, especially
It's
once we
good.
get into like. An
Yeah, but we just
Especially
went
when
through it.
around
We
it,
just
it's
went
like-
through a day and a half, right? Like.
Where's the tiles are on the ground?
And it also,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
I can even wait until you are poisoned, then cast it on you because it eliminates all poisons when it's
Well,
cast.
the second he
and
goes
then
down
does
there,
it.
he's poisoned. Though.
Protected
But how
As
long
long
does
as
it
we're
take to
walking it.
manifest?
into
Like,
the
Like, you're not gonna
Elves,
be
elves
poisoned
are
and
immune to
then-
being slept, right? Not
Yeah,
poisoned.
sleep.
I'm immune
But I
to
mean, it's going to take a
disease.
while to be affected because we got people wandering
Not
around that are
poison,
poisoned
but
right
disease.
now that aren't showing anything, right? So it's not like it's
I
going to be.
also-
I'm
I'm
happy
poisoned.
to
I don't
take
like
for
that
year.
risk.
I also
Yeah.
have my
Yeah.
aura. We're gonna be in a tunnel,
So you can make some extra saves.
I just
so
Yeah.
getting bonus.
being
Okay.
poisoned doesn't necessarily cause doesn't cause nausea or any kind of thing. It just gives you disadvantage.
Yep.
Right? People can exist while
It's like being
poisoned.
drunk.
Right?
It's not
Not
a
a-
fun part of it.
You just don't feel well. There might be a slight stinging. You might have cold-like symptoms after you get this shot. Side effects may include growing a toenail off the tip of your dick, and
I'll give you
And losing your sense of smell.
I'll give
That's
you
it, yeah.
200 gold and my remaining 250.
Wow.
And, so
And
you can
taste.
get another 200 gold
Okay.
and you can buy your own mask.
How
There
can
you
I
go.
earn 200 gold?
I got 50
Well,
gold more.
Well,
first
sir,
ask the kitty cat wizard.
I was
if
gonna
he
say
can-
I can give you 200 gold.
Okay. Well, I owe
But-
you
But
guys.
the next
then.
time you sing at whatever the biggest, every time you sing an event,
the Elf Song
you need to
Tavern's
s-
nearby.
You need to sing a boomy.
Okay, I will write a song of Boomy, the benevolent kitty cat wizard.
I actually put no stipulations
Sing his
on it. I give you
accolades.
that 200 gold freely
Thank
without
you.
any stipulations whatsoever.
You're a bard. You want to sing songs.
I
so.
do want to sing. Well,
Not to sing
see,
songs.
so my bard isn't about singing songs, though. It's about doing fancy water tricks. That's my performance. That's how I perform. I
You
do-
can-
I do
you
fancy water
You can
tricks.
get like a little bit of water and make like a hologram of Boomy out of the water.
For a long
As
time.
long as boomy is the center.
I will make it big with my water tricks. My instrument.
So
It is an instrument.
heading
Where's
down
the
into
gold?
the sewers
Rain
next
stick.
game. That's
Oh,
where
rain
we'll
stick,
kick it
cool.
off.
I've always
I'm
wanted
okay
to see a
with it earlier
didgeridoo played
Right? Yeah.
in
I'm okay
real
with it.
life.
Yeah.
I've always wanted.
If we're
to
gonna
see
do- if
one.
we're gonna try for a
I
I know a
see
guy
it
who
at a
can
cousin's
start
wedding. They went to.
You know.
He had gone to Australia,
Oh yeah.
and he brought back a didgeridoo.
That's awesome.
And so instead of the clinking of the glass, you had to go up
Yeah.
and play a didgeridoo, like play the blow on the didgeridoo.
That's so
No,
cool.
I've played one
I'll bet-
before,
I'll
but
bet
they're
the
very
Fizz
hard.
could send us one. He lives in Australia.
Hello to
I'm not even
Fist.
joking. You could probably send us
Where's the
one.
shipping?
Oh, we didn't
costs
even
on
do the
it?
checks today. We didn't
Shipping
even,
costs on a
check.
didgeridoo.
I did. I said hey, buddy. That was it. He showed up. I said, hey, what's up?
I didn't even check.
And then he logged off after.
Oh.
He just
He
came.
just
said
wants
hi,
to
say
say
hi.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
I haven't done any Splinterland stuff in forever. I'm just too busy right now.
I mean, we can call that today.
Ooh, early night.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish my beer yet.
We gotta get you back home to continue cleaning out your garage.
I'm not cleaning anymore today. I spent all day cleaning.
You never
Really
realize
nice.
how much crap you have
Yeah.
until you start moving.
I've got too many kids, man. I got too many kids. I've got I've literally.
You heard it
got-
here first, folks.
I've got like 8 bikes.
Well, it's a good
in
thing
my
you solved that
garage
problem.
Right now. Like 8
Yeah.
bicycles in my garage.
Kids play
I
that
have-
too.
I have
because I got every
4,
in
and that's
between
too bad.
stage,
Yeah.
right? When my 2-year-old becomes 3, then I got his 3-year bike, and I can get rid of my 2-year bike, but I can't get rid of it until he's 3. And then my 6-year-old, I've got the bike that he rode when he was 5. And my
Do they not?
4-year-old
The
riding.
seats not adjust? There's a bike.
Yeah,
Andrew
but I
needs
mean,
to-
like, you can't
certain
have like a
level.
6-year-old
needs
riding
new
like a
bike.
Yeah,
2-year-old.
Yeah, new bike. He's
His
growing fast. There's something up with the brakes on his bike. Like they
I
were
gotta
fine
get him
last
a
summer, but now they don't work right. They don't grip. So I've got to get them. Like
I've got a guy. You should talk to. I gave Ange his phone number. He lives just down the street.
Around the corner?
He only
Around the
charges like
corner?
$35. They do a full bike tune-up.
around the
plus
corner.
parts if
Is
you
he
need
like some big Polish guy? Like not big.
He's
Polish
sort
guy.
of Polish.
Like,
Yeah,
white hair, bald. I bought a bike from him before.
I
had
think
him work
so.
on
I bought a
Ange's.
bike off him too.
I had him work on Ange's brakes. And they
It's the
came
guy
out
that's
good.
right
Yeah.
at the roundabout, basically, and he's like
Yeah.
three houses in from the roundabout.
Yeah, in the summertime he's got like all the bikes.
Jay's
He doesn't
looking
do
for a
that.
better
He doesn't do
bike.
it anymore. He doesn't
Oh.
do it anymore because he kept getting complaints and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't even know. I fixed up this
Just
bike. It's a
people are
used bike. What do
bitches.
you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like I told
Yeah.
him it wasn't perfect.
And
But
then
there's
the
like a
bike-
scratch on the seat.
I
It's-
would. The bike's too small for Andrew anyway, and
Yeah.
like he needs like a bigger bike. Like if he still sells bikes, does he still have?
He doesn't sell them anymore. He only repairs them now. And he doesn't even advertise his repairing. You have to just know him
Yeah.
already. Right? He just does it as a hobby, and he's just like, it just became too much work for me.
Yeah, and fucking people complain.
I think that's why ultimately he stopped. Because you get a couple of Karens, and you're just like, I just don't even want to deal with it anymore.
I bought a used bike with a scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah,
It is
what are
what
the
it is.
chances?
I could fill the scratch with some random paint I have in my garage. Would that be?
I'm
better?
looking for a bike for my for Lou, because the one he has is just like a little like it's a minion bike, but it's like
when
small
when
form.
I get
How old is he?
when we get Andrew's
He's
new
8 now.
bike,
He's
you
8
can,
now. Alright.
you could probably take Andrew's bike, you just get the brakes fixed on it. That's it. Like, 'cause- yeah, he'll need new brakes. But like, the bike's fine. It's a little BMX trick bike.
Oh.
It's just he's too big. Like he needs a bike like Crystal size. Crystals. I don't think she's growing anymore. I think that's her height. So,
Really? You think that that's it? That's it for her?
that's what all the
No.
she has enormous feet, but that's what all the
Don't you grow into the enormous
no,
feet?
that's what all they do if you had a normal childhood.
Because Ange is pretty tall too.
That's got nothing to do
You're
with it. It's
tall.
the cancer meds. You know,
all the stuff when she
it
was
stunts
really little.
it stunted a lot of stuff that if you want to tell you about after we're not on camera. It's weird, man. But yeah, so the size of her feet, like my cousin Jane is 6'4". She wears heels. Yeah, she's like thin. I got giants in my family, like 6'9", 6'8",
Yep.
like usual.
Well, you're pretty big, so.
Well, I would be the small one. I would have been the small
You
one.
were the small one.
Yeah, my cousin Mike's like. Yeah, my cousin Mike's like 350, played professional rugby
I'm
for
the big one.
Manchester.
I'm the big one for my family. I
He's
started the trend of us being tall.
fucking ogre man, but like,
Wow.
yeah, the Pankhurstmans are massive. My grandfather had polio, so he was like 5'1",
Oh,
and all
Didn't
like
change his-
curled up. His feet were all curled up.
Doesn't change the genes though.
No, exactly
Doesn't
right.
alter the DNA.
No, the gene sequence is the same.
Yeah.
So, and my grandma was like all from tiny little people. I feel so sorry for her.
Oh.
aw.
She had fucking loafs of children.
But she's got 8 bikes in her garage too, eh?
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Or you want me to stop the recording at least for now?
Sure,
Alright,
yeah,
let's stop the
we're
recording.
done.
All right, till next week. Red Tail Rogues.
So what we should do is we should maybe do that
out.
backwards. We'll do it, and then do it backwards to end.
It's the same. It's the same forward and backwards.
Is it? Is it?
I play
It's-
1-5-1.
it's,
I was not doing
oh.
anything fancy.
Oh, it is okay.